Do you hear that? That is America crying upon itself for what's just happened in the last day. As of yesterday, we now have a new president of the United States. And that man, and or woman, actually no, he's a man. His name is Donald Trump. That's right. I'm not lying. His name is Donald Trump, and he is our actual president of the United States. Oh boy. So for Glensday, I thought it would be just fitting if I watched a movie that just simplified how I feel at this very moment. And that movie is called Idiocracy. Idiocracy is a movie about a man who finds himself selected for a top-secret military experiment. And it's a hibernation experiment. When this experiment goes wrong, he finds himself 500 years into the future. It was only supposed to last for a year, but 500 years, they pass by pretty quick, you know? And in this future, the human race doesn't look too good. It's just a bunch of morons who just reproduced and just created more morons and more morons. It's created by Mike Judge. He wrote and directed it. Mike Judge also created Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, Silicon Valley, and I'm sure there's plenty of more. So I figured this movie was just absolutely fitting now that Donald Trump is selected as a president, which I never honestly thought I'd say in my life. But that politics aside, let's go to this movie. It's a hilarious movie. It still holds up to today, to be honest. I feel if a lot of people watch it today, a lot of people would be offended in so many ways because this movie uses a lot of words like fag and retarded and just things that people would get easily triggered over, when honestly this movie is just blatant fun. It's just making fun of what we have now and what our future is most likely going to look like, and it's on its way there, to be honest. It's a great cast, actually a surprisingly good cast. There's Luke Wilson, there's his brother Andrew Wilson, which is, honestly, I didn't even know there was another brother besides Owen and Luke, to be honest. There's Maya Rudolph, Terry Crews, obviously. Thomas Hayden Church is in here. Justin Long. The list literally keeps going, and it's filled with a great cast, surprisingly. And I totally didn't recognize any of these people when I was younger, but now that I see it now, it's like, wow, this movie's just so much better because of all these people that I hadn't noticed really before. And now that I'm noticing, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. But I think the best performance of all in this movie is Dax Shepard's performance for Rito Venzuelas, or whatever it is. Dax Shepard is, I'm sorry, but he's easily the most believable moron I think out there in Hollywood right now. But yeah, this movie's nothing extravagant in any way. It's just really dumb, funny humor, great cast. Literally just a movie you'd sit down and watch. And especially now after this election, I feel like everybody should sit down and watch this movie and just really appreciate what our future is going to look like in 500 years. It's like, it's not that bad, but everything could be avoided if everybody just sits down and watches this movie and just realizes that at some point we could probably be in this future. But yeah, definitely go watch this movie. Sorry that I'm in my car. I didn't feel like, actually doing a Glensday in my room because I was not motivated at all today after I found out who won.
You see, a pimp's love is very different from that of a square.
Collins.
Fine. We'll move on.
Thank you for watching, guys. Completely hilarious movie. Totally recommend that you see it. Everybody should sit down and see it, but that's besides the point. Over here is going to be another movie that somebody said that you should see, and that's Mike's recommendays, which was The Road, which is a movie that I actually have to still get around to, so he's even recommending it to me. We're all recommending to each other. This is great. Over here is my last week's Glensday, which was for Kung Fury, a 30-minute short film, which is pretty epic and crazy. A lot of people won't like it, but I did. You might. Who knows? Down below that is going to be Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Check out our social media, talk to us, like our stuff. Just let's be a big family. It's gonna be crazy. Down below that is a like and dislike button, along with a subscribe button. Subscribe to check out everything we do, every minute we do it, even if it's lazy like today. Down below that is a comment section. Tell me if you saw Idiocracy. Tell me what you thought about this election. Tell me what you think about the future. The future is so bright. I can't wait. This movie's just a real eye-opener in many ways, because if we don't change a lot of the things that we do, especially in the form of entertainment and television and magazines and who we, like, just look up to, like Kim Kardashian and such, like, the future in this movie is what we could most likely be, and it's kind of scary, to be honest with you, that we could lower ourselves to such standards as that, because we're so distracted by everything. And, you know, it's just a crazy thing to think about. If everybody just sits down and watches this movie and just realizes that everything we do now is just stupid, and that we need to do better. We seriously do.